Nigeria's news updates today, April 27, 2025. Obi approves identity cards online registration portal for Obidients. Tompolo endorses President Tinubu for second term, declares Fubara will return. I am not joining Atiku's coalition, says Yobe Governor Buni. 2027 Ex-Buhari campaigner urges Jonathan to contest. Ex-NHIS boost Tinubu trying to stifle dissent, turn Nigeria into one-party country. Fulani herdsmen giving 48 hours ultimatum to vacate Benue community. Summary of the news. Obi approves identity cards online registration portal for Obidients. Peter Obi, former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has launched an online registration portal and identity cards for members of his Obidient movement, both in Nigeria and abroad. The identity cards feature a QR code for authentication and include the flag of the holder's country of residence, emphasizing the movement's global reach and unity. The card, starting with the prefix OBX, allow members to authenticate their identity using a smartphone scanner. The initiative aims to provide a secure way for Obidients to interact and verify each other's legitimacy. Tompolo endorses President Tinubu for second term, declares Fubara will return. High Chief Government Ekomopolo, known as Tompolo, has endorsed President Bola Tinubu for a second term, urging Nigerians to allow Tinubu to complete 2 constitutional terms, 8 years, like former President Buhari. In an interview on Arise TV, Tompolo praised Tinubu's leadership experience and announced plans for a nationwide campaign, including visit to northern Nigeria to rally support. He also emphasized that no group has a monopoly on violence and called for peaceful support for Tinubu. On the Rivers State crisis, Tompolo expressed confidence that the dispute between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and former Governor Nyesom Wike will soon be resolved, describing their relationship as boy and oga. He plans to meet Tinubu and Wike in Abuja to help settle the issues, affirming Tinubu's commitment to protecting democracy. Tompolo's comment came as political tensions rise ahead of the 2027 elections. I am not joining Atiku's coalition, says Yobe Governor Buni. Yobe State Governor Buni has denied claims that he plans to join the opposition coalition led by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. In a statement by his media aide, Alhaji Mamman Mohammed, Buni described the viral rumors as baseless and completely false. Mohammed emphasized that Buni remains firmly committed to the APC, highlighting his deep ties to the party through his past roles as National Secretary and Chairman. He dismissed the speculation as mere wishful thinking by those admiring Buni's political influence. 2027 Ex-Buhari campaigner urges Jonathan to contest. Dr. Jibril Mustafa, president of the Nigeria Rescue Mission Organization and former president of the Buhari Youth Organization, has called for former President Goodluck Jonathan to run for president in the 2027 election. Mustafa, in his statement, emphasized that Jonathan's leadership will help unite Nigeria and address its current challenges, including economic hardship, insecurity, and unemployment. He praised Jonathan's commitment to democratic values and inclusivity during his tenure, noting that his leadership could restore Nigeria's standing both domestically and internationally. Mustafa argued that Nigeria needs a leader who embodies integrity and national unity, and believes Jonathan has the experience and vision to address the country's current issues. He also referenced a 2022 court ruling confirming Jonathan's eligibility to run for president again, despite his 2 terms in office, clearing any doubts about his candidacy. Ex-NHIS boost Tinubu trying to stifle dissent, turn Nigeria into one-party country. Usman Yusuf, the former executive secretary of Nigeria's National Health Insurance Scheme (NHIS), accused President Bola Tinubu's administration of suppressing dissent and silencing critics. Speaking on Arise TV, Yusuf claimed that his detention was part of an effort to intimidate him and weaken his opposition to the government. He was charged with fraud by the EFCC in February but denied the accusations. Yusuf described his arrest on January 2025 when EFCC agents arrived at his home without a warrant and detailed how he was treated during his detention. He spent 6 days at the EFCC facility and 24 days in Kuje prison, where he was denied bail despite it being his constitutional right. He argued that his imprisonment was aimed at silencing him and criticized President Tinubu for undermining dissent, which he believed was a hallmark of democratic rights. Yusuf was appointed to the NHIS in 2016 by President Buhari but was removed in 2019 after facing allegations of corruption. Fulani herdsmen given 48 hours ultimatum to vacate Benue community. The chairman of Agatu local government area in Benue State, James Melvin Eje, issued a 48-hour ultimatum to Fulani herdsmen to vacate all farmlands in the region. This directive was made during a stakeholders meeting on April 26, 2025 to address concerns about herders' activities during the planting season. Eje stressed the importance of protecting farming activities as agriculture is vital to the local economy. He emphasized that farmers must be able to work without disruption. The Ado of the Fulani requested a 1-week grace period to prepare for relocation, which was granted. The General Youth Chairman of Agatu, Oloche Silas, assured support for the peaceful evacuation process. Security officials, including the Nigerian Police Force and DSS, commended the peaceful handling of the situation and pledged support during the relocation. Chief John Agidani, representing the Urge Agatu, also urged all parties to honor the agreement. Follow for more, April 27, 2025.